And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Homestead-Miami Speedway as we continue on the chase here for the championship in Season 8 of the NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series. This is chase race number 4 live from Homestead-Miami Speedway, the Ford EcoBoost 200. And we're under the lights here tonight, ready for what's supposed to be, I hope, a very good Truck Series race. We're at the track that mostly in most NASCAR fans' minds is the season finale track, but we don't go here for our season finale. We put it a little bit further up in the chase schedule, and we're going to have to see just exactly how Homestead, which always seems to bring about a champion in the Sprint Cup Series, well, how is it maybe going to bring about a possible champion here tonight? We'll find out at the end of 27 laps. James McLeod on the pole position, still looking for that first Truck Series win of the season. He's got multiple wins in Truck Series competition, but hasn't yet been able to find victory lane this season. Alongside of him, another driver who hasn't been to victory lane since last season at Daytona. That's Tanner Sullivan. He's been on quite a winless streak as well. He'll start from the outside of the front row. Cody Lamas won earlier on this season at Atlanta, still looking for his second win of the season, 37th in points, so a second win would really help boost the morale of that 48 team. And alongside of him, John Cittadino, 4th in the championship points, the highest starting chaser here tonight. He is a total of 19 points out of the top position, and he's got himself a pretty good qualifying position for tonight's race. Let's get these trucks rolling off, though, not waste any time, because it's going to be quite an amazing race, and we want to get to it ASAP. As they will roll off, take a look at the top of your screen. You'll see your starting lineup. The drivers highlighted in yellow are your chasers for the championship. Speaking of the chase, this is the way the chase points look like coming into tonight's race. Sean Galligan is the points leader. Then it's going to be Charles Jackson, 6 points back. He's in second. LJ Mills is in third. He is 14 points out. John Cittadino, 19 points out in the 4th position. And Eric Enrage is 21 points back in 5th. Caleb Farrell and Dylan Poteet are tied. They're 6th and 7th. They are a total of 23 points out. Then you got Chris Washer in 8th. 9th, Jessica Shelton. Carson Gum, 10th. Alex Pedro, 11th. And Luke Walker in 12th. The reason that Chris Washer on down, that I didn't mention how far back they are in points, is because right now they are more than 30 points back, and so they really need a good run tonight in order to get back mathematically into the hunt for the championship. You know, it's kind of doesn't really matter how far back they are. If they're more than 30 points back, they're in a bit of trouble this early on in the chase. Next week will be the midway point of the chase at Lime Rock. But we're at Homestead-Miami getting ready for 27 laps of racing. Who's going to win it? The Ford EcoBoost 200 is green. And you got to wonder what kind of racing we're going to see here tonight. The Snickers Cup Series race that we had here, due to the bit of a mess-up I made, was quite interesting. We had some good, hard racing, a lot of battling for the lead, but the one thing that we did notice was the toughest part of this racetrack is getting to pit road. Will that come into play here tonight as Tanner Sullivan goes for the point? Forget that, Cody Lamas way down to the inside coming out of 4. He wants to go 3 wide into turn number 1 for the lead. John Cittadino in a hornet's nest there, caught in the middle between Levi McIntyre and James McLeod, as Cody Lamas will go to the point. Matthew Daly now coming up the inside line there with Levi McIntyre, 2 drivers who really would love to get their first victories of the season. Been having such a struggling season as they're 4 wide behind him, with PJ Williams, our winner from Daytona, and a couple others. Whoa, one car just got turned. That was Dylan Poteet, and Bob Fergus is also spinning. That's going to be a caution flag. Fergus has spun up into the turn 1 wall. I think some others were collected. Mason Wood was involved. Oh, and Luke Walker's got some rear end damage. He might have been involved in an earlier incident, I don't know. Work back up here towards the front. Right now it's Kyle Matthews, LJ Mills, Levi McIntyre crossing the stripe, and Matthews will be the leader under this caution. So as they'll all slow down. Oh, Carson Gum just got turned by Matthew Daly up into Levi McIntyre. Oh my goodness, what in the world? Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh man, Carson Gum. Oh, and now he just got spun out by Jake Rogers. Oh, man. He was running 5th place, was Carson. Levi McIntyre was running up there in the top 10 too, and so was Matthew Daly. And they just wrecked, slowing down under caution. That's a chaser right there too, and Carson Gum. There's another car going on to pit road. Oh, that's Levi McIntyre. You know, he did get a piece of that. And I don't know the whereabouts of Matthew Daly. There he is. Oh man, his night's over. Well, that didn't take long for problems to break out here at Homestead. We had a wreck, which I believe started with Bob Fergus and Dylan Poteet, and then it escalated over in turn 1, and then we had a follow-up wreck, drivers getting into each other on the cool-down lap. That's gonna bring out a yellow flag. The drivers apparently decided not to make pit stop this early on, so that's kind of interesting. You'd think that with the troubles we saw in the Snickers Cup Series race on pit road, that they'd want to make their pit stops under yellow rather than up to full song and under green, but they are not coming to pit road. Kyle Matthews, our winner from Eldora, is the leader. LJ Mills in 2nd, Cody Lamas 3rd. Let's jump back and take a look at a replay of what happened, as a couple of chasers have been involved in incidents early here at Homestead. Well, I was trying to jump back to this 4-wide battle when I went to PJ Williams, but apparently I didn't jump back in time. This was where the trouble broke out, and it's going to start with Dylan Poteet getting into the left rear of Bob Fergus, turns him down into the inside retaining wall. And this was somewhere just outside of the top 20. And then Fergus going to come back up the racetrack. Everybody trying to avoid, but I think it's Mason Wood. Oh, right there. Oh, man. Nowhere for him to go, and then he gets up and kind of forces Luke Walker into the outside retaining wall. That's how Luke got involved. It has been such a struggling chase for Luke Walker. Man, I think he's been involved in a wreck every single race since the chase started. It's not a whole lot of damage on his machine. He may still be up to full speed, but he's damaged nonetheless. There is Mason Wood. That car took a hard lick head on into the 07, and Bob Fergus, after that hit, I'm surprised he's still able to drive. Mason Wood, I think, was able to actually drive away as well. But then we got to look and see what happened in this exact same area on the following lap. Alright, let's see if we can find out what exactly happened here. Because the drivers that were involved crossed the stripe in 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now, the caution you can see clearly there is out. The yellow lights are flashing. They were 3 wide here in 1, and Matthew Daly just comes down into Carson Gum, turns him up into Levi McIntyre. I don't know, if I were Carson Gum, I'd be pretty upset with that 23. I'm not rightly sure why Matthew Daly had to turn down. He had plenty of room. Carson gave him plenty of room on his left. Levi gave him plenty of room on his right. But Matthew Daly just decided to turn dead left and into the right rear of the 55. Look at the pole sitter, James McLeod, splitting the hairs, going way up to the high side. Trent Dunham going to have to do the exact same thing. Everybody did a good job here avoiding those machines, especially Matthew Daly. But man, that's 3rd, 4th, and 5th that wrecked on the cool-down lap here under our first caution of the evening. And oh wow, they all stacked up back there too. John Trollston, Dylan Poteet, Caleb Farrell. But I don't think anybody got into anybody else. But that was the reason for our caution, and then a follow-up wreck after the caution flag had waved. Let's head back now for the restart. So the restart's going to come out on lap 8 of 27. I'm still a bit perplexed as to why the drivers didn't decide to come down pit road already here under the caution flag, because let's just say we end up going green flag to the pit stop, to the pit window now. They're going to have to pit under green rather than under yellow, and I said at the beginning of this race that this pit road, to get onto it, it's so treacherous, because they're going about 200 miles an hour, and they have to back it down and get onto the pit access road over in 3, make it all the way over through 4, still on the access road, still slowing down before they can come to pit road. It's not one of those tracks like Talladega where you've got a long area from turn 4 down to the entrance of pit road that you can get to the apron and slow down. It's actually an access road these drivers have to use, but oh well. I guess they've decided they're going to take that risk, though. Kyle Matthews is going to be the leader, though. LJ Mills, the highest running chaser, now in 2nd. 3rd place, Cody Lama. Stephen Pollard, the 3rd, is now up to 4th. Tanner Sullivan in 5th. Brandon Krasta is in 6th, rather. 7th is John Cittadino. 8th place will be Drew Austin. Jessica Villanueva is in 9th. And completing the top 10 is Justin Talampas. Only 2 chasers right now up inside of the top 10. We'll find out where the other chasers are once we go back to green flag racing, which is happening now. Green flag back out here on lap 8, a total of 20 laps to go. So right now, LJ Mills, John Cittadino, 3rd and 4th in points, are the only 2 chasers up inside the top 10 right now. As it battles on for the lead, LJ Mills going to the inside of Kyle Matthews, and he'll move on by. LJ looking for his 2nd win of the season. One of 5 rookies in the hunt for the championship this season. Let's jump back, try and find out where Charles Jackson is. I think I see him actually just outside of the top 10. There he is, running with teammate James McLeod. And looks like he may pick up some spots here in just a moment. Stephen Pollard the 3rd getting moved way up to the high side. Drew Austin there as well. Charles Jackson going to go 3 wide underneath of them. James McLeod, his teammate, going to follow him right there as well. Look at how quickly Kyle Matthews dropped back after LJ Mills made the move on him. Now LJ got moved out. It's a battle now between Tanner Sullivan, Brandon Krasta, and John Cittadino, looking 3 wide for the top position. Cittadino looking for his 2nd win of the season, won the season finale, the regular season finale, I should say, at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. But now here comes Jessica Villanueva in the 3. You know, we saw Jessica actually up there at the front in the Darlington race. She's starting to get very comfortable now racing with these drivers. She had a bit of a struggling start in her debut races in trucks, but now she seems to be getting the hang of it, and she's been up here at the front the past couple of weeks. Justin Talampas now working underneath of her, though. Zach Buchanan there as well, and here comes Charles Jackson and James McLeod. Those two haven't really left each other since the restart. They've been steadily progressing their way towards the front. Talampas going to take the lead. Is he going to lead this lap, though? Because here comes Zach Buchanan, and here comes Charles Jackson, slicing and dicing, bobbing and weaving, going 3 wide into turn 1 for the top position. Charles Jackson is one of 5 chasers who doesn't yet have a win this season. Himself, rookie Eric Enrage, Carson Gum, Jessica Shelton, and Alex Pedro all have made the chase, but don't yet have a victory here this season in trucks. And is that Sean Galligan back there in a 4-wide situation? Well, it was 4 wide. It's now settled back out to 3 wide, but Galligan was in a bit of a precarious spot there. Oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, I think we're under caution, and they just wrecked again. This time it was McLeod and Jackson. Are you kidding me? The teammates just wrecked with each other, and McLeod has had to teleport to pit road as the pole sitter. Oh, good heavens, are you kidding me? They've done it again. They've wrecked under caution, but I don't really know what the caution was even for. Oh, now I do. Another chaser, and another Turner car, Dylan Poteet, as well as John Trollston in the 29. And I don't know who the leader was. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the leader was James McLeod. Yeah, he was. He was the leader under caution. And I think Jackson was 2nd. Where's Jackson? There he is. Yeah, he was 2nd. So the top 2, the 2 leaders, just wrecked under the caution flag. So I don't know if that's going to cycle the lead over to Andreas Allen or not, who was 3rd crossing the stripe, but good heavens, are you kidding me? Just like that, the Turner cars. Well, it looks like Jackson's actually going to come up here and take over the top spot now, but I think he's got damage. I'm not exactly sure how wise this is, but oh boy. Turner was having such a good run here tonight with both Charles Jackson and James McLeod. Dylan Poteet was at least running, And all three of their cars, with the exception of Joe Davis now, are wrecked. Well, guess all we can do is just go back, look at a replay, try and figure out what happened. But that's just a tough break there for the pole sitter. James McLeod was leading the race, and now he's out of it in an incident that took place after the caution flag, I think, had even flown. So let's go back and look and see what happened. Well, three-wide battle here between some chasers. Jessica Shelton on the inside, Alex Pedro on the outside, Dylan Poteet, the car in the middle. And let's see what exactly happens here. Poteet. Well, it looks like Shelton came up into Poteet. Poteet, in turn, gets into Alex Pedro, turns him around in front of the field. And, oh, then Pedro got a hit from behind there, actually, from Jake Rogers. So Jake got some damage out of that. Pedro slides up again into the 91 and into the wall. Oh, and then when they were on the apron, Trollston tried to come back up. Poteet was already there. Trollston into the wall, then hits the 31. And this is Jake Rogers. Yeah, I think Jake Rogers got another hit there with the right front that time. And Poteet spinning around. And I'm not certain if this is going to be it, or is that all that it was? Because Dylan Poteet is actually taking his car back behind the wall. I don't really understand. That car doesn't really look that terribly damaged. But he is, they're saying, out of the race. Maybe that was a harder hit than I expected. Unless something else happens to him. I'm just going to quickly fast forward here, because I'm curious to see if he gets involved in something else here, because it just seems like that wasn't quite enough damage to take him out of the race. Well, he's got damage there on the right front, quite a bit of excessive damage on the right front, but yeah, he is out of the race. So let's see what happened to Charles Jackson and James McLeod. We're not even going to go to a separate replay, merely for time purposes. Alright, so this was the caution flag you see is being waved by the flagman. James McLeod actually moved up, didn't give him very much room. No, he really didn't give a lot of room to Charles Jackson there, or Jackson didn't give a lot of room to him. Whatever the case, James McLeod going to come, and McLeod came down and bounced off of Andreas Allen. That's almost shades of what we saw happen under the last caution with Matthew Daly and Carson Gum. This time it was McLeod. He bounced off the Andreas Allen machine, came up, and Charles Jackson, much like Levi McIntyre in the last incident, didn't have anywhere to go. And McLeod was head up into the wall, and you could just see the black and gray smoke there, that showing that that engine is done. Oh, Luke Walker got some damage in this too. He kind of ran into the back of Jake Rogers. So, interesting happenings going on here at Homestead, that's for sure. Oh, wow, Charles Jackson, what is he doing? Okay, he just slowed down, but oh boy. So we've had second in points get involved in an incident here, as well as our pole sitter. Dylan Poteet, 7th in points, has been involved in something. And Carson Gum, 10th in points, has been involved in something. So the chasers are definitely getting picked off here at Homestead-Miami, but we're ready to go back for racing and see what's going to finish out this race. Alright, now somebody please explain to me why this is a good idea. This seems to be the night of poor choices for these drivers. First off, they didn't decide to go to pit road under the first caution, and now they decide not to go to pit road under this second caution. But on top of all that, Charles Jackson, who we just saw in that replay get pretty badly damaged with a hard lick into the outside retaining wall after contact with teammate James McLeod, he has not come to pit road to repair his damage. He is still out there leading this race, and there's no way, with the hit that we saw him take, that he can possibly be up to full speed. You can see a big pancaked right side on that Great Clip Chevrolet. And so if this is the case, if he is going to be leading this thing, that's going to wad everybody up behind him. I'm a little nervous about seeing what's going to happen here on this restart. They are still scoring him as the leader, but I don't think that's going to last for very long. Andreas Allen better be on his toes. He's second. Chris Washer right now in third. This is the best run I think Chris has had the entire chase so far. Zach Buchanan fourth. Cody Hagan's now up to fifth. Sixth is Jessica Villanueva. George Roken seventh. John Citadino eighth. Ninth is Stephen Paul the third, and Bob Jones runs in 10th. Let's find some of our chasers here. Eric and Rage will restart in 13th. Sean Galligan in 17th. LJ Mills 18th. Jessica Shelton restarts 22nd. Looking further back, Caleb Farrell in 28th. Alex Pedro in 33rd. And Luke Walker in, I think that's 35th. Green flag out. There you go. There's your answer. Charles Jackson, definitely not up to speed. And he's going to hold up Chris Washer and George Roque on that outside line. Out of the race, the cars of John Trollston, as well as James McLeod, Dylan Poteet, Levi McIntyre, Carson Gum, Matthew Daly, Bob Fergus, and Mason Wood. That's 2 chasers right there. The 31 and the 55 as the battle's on for the lead. Zach Buchanan looking low on Andreas Allen. Kind of broken the field up there. I think this is about the top 12 that have broken away. Look at Citadino. He actually had 2 tires down on the apron there trying to get to the inside 3 wide on Jessica Villanueva. And the 12-car breakaway is due to that 32 of Charles Jackson. I think they're all still trying to clear him further back. Wow, it's a huge gap this top 12 has. Here comes Citadino to the bottom. Here comes Stephen Pollard, the third to the inside. And that 16 machine. I believe he has 2 career Oreo Truck Series victories. And they've come in a Roush Ford F Series. They were the 99 when he went to Victory Lane. He's in the 16 trying to win here at Homestead. Here comes Bob Jones to the bottom. And how about Eric and Rage? We just kind of talked about him in passing during the rundown of the running order for this restart. How about him tonight? What a great run he's having in that 14. 5th in points, as we said. 21 points back. What a great run. What if he could pick up his first win of the season? It could happen. Right now, he's looking really good. He's up here when it counts. 7 laps to go next time by the way. Enraged the leader. Tanner Sullivan into second. Here comes Tanner to the bottom. Started this race in second. Would like to finish it in first. And here comes LJ Mills. There's a slower car up ahead. I think that's Jake Rogers in the 91. 3 wide. Mills, Sullivan, Eric and Rage. Look out, inside line's going to get held up there by the slower car of Jake Rogers. Sullivan and Enrage power around on the high side, and they're going to break away. Jake Rogers definitely not up to speed, wadding up these drivers, and oh boy, oh look out, 4 wide. Trent Dunham almost went to the apron to make that move. Holy cow, Trent taking his car, his truck into his own hands there, and somehow made that work. He was on the apron 4 wide. They're still trying to make their way around Jake Rogers. It's further up. 2-car breakaway. Tanner Sullivan, the leader. Eric and Rage into second. Which one of these 2 wants and more? Sullivan hasn't won since the season opener of Season 7 at Daytona. Eric and Rage hasn't won, period. He's battling for a championship. Oh boy, 5 laps to go here, and Rage gets the run to the inside of Tanner Sullivan, going for the lead. Meanwhile, battle on back for third. Zach Buchanan, Cody Hagan, Justin Talampas, Allen, LJ Mills, and Trent Dunham, with Drew Austin bringing up the rear. This is a 6-7 truck fight for the third position, while they're trying to run down the top 2. Top 2 are side by side again, almost some contact off 4, and there's Charles Jackson, definitely not up to speed. Look out, which line's gonna work? Oh my goodness! Sullivan literally rubbed doors with the 32 and somehow made it through, and Rage took the high road, but Sullivan was able to keep the top position, now opens up his lead by about 5 car lengths. Oh man, how about these guys? Are they going to be able to get by Jackson? They're going to get by him, but Zach Buchanan, Andreas Allen, Cody Hagan getting held up. Look at George Roque move on by. Henry Sanford was trying to do the same, kind of got blocked there. Jessica Villanueva just picked up a whole ton of spots. Oh boy. Look out, they're wadded up 3 wide behind the 32. Henry Sanford now is the one getting held up in the middle line. Zach Buchanan going to try to go around the high side, not going to work. Citadino, Daniel Voiles go by. Wow, Henry Sanford showing his displeasure to Charles Jackson, gave him a shove right there. As meanwhile, further up though, it's still the top 2 with 2 more laps to go. LJ Mills, Justin Talampas, Jessica Villanueva, they're trying to run these 2 down if they can. Whoa, Tanner Sullivan moving the 14 out of the way there in turns 1 and 2. Now making a hold of the inside line. Eric and Rage, Tanner Sullivan, both looking for their first wins of Season 8. And Tanner's going to go to the point. Now the hunter will become the hunted here with the white flag displayed. Too little too late, I think, for that second group back there to try and run them down, make it a 3, 4, 5, 6-man fight for the win. It's all up to Eric and Rage here with the slower car of Jake Rogers in the way again. This could be trouble. Sullivan goes low, avoids. Eric and Rage goes low, avoids, but is not able to close the gap. Look at Trent Dunham. What kind of a run did he just get? He's all over the back bumper of Eric and Rage for second now, and that's going to give the win to Tanner Sullivan. Tanner Sullivan picks up his second career Truck Series victory, his first since the season opener of the Season 7 Daytona race. Wow. That'd be, I believe, a 42 race winless streak that Tanner Sullivan just snapped. But what about Trent Dunham there at the end? Good Lord. Making moves and coming away with a third place finish. Man, he drove the wheels off that truck. And what a points night for Eric and Rage. Not able to come away with the victory. That's a heartbreak, but still the highest finishing chaser here tonight. I'll tell you what, Rage is looking like he's the rookie that may end up being the contender for this championship when we reach Armory. But man, what a race. And we went, amazingly enough, with only 2 cautions. That actually surprised me as well, the way these guys were racing. Let's take a look at our official finisher results, though. Tanner Sullivan with the victory. Driver comes in 33rd in points, a great win for that team. Eric and Rage going to finish out the evening in second. Third was Trent Dunham. How about George Roque up there in 4th? The highest running non-chaser in points comes away with yet another top 5. Justin Talampas in 5th. Drew Austin was 6th. LJ Mills going to get 7th. It'll be interesting to see where this situates LJ, Charles Jackson, and Sean Galligan as far as the points next week. But he gets 7th. Cody Hagan was 8th. Jessica Villanueva in 9th. And Andreas Allen in 10th. Let's find out where the rest of our chasers actually finished this race. John Cittadino was in 12th. Chris Washer was 16th. Jessica Shelton finished the evening out in 20th. Looking further down, Caleb Farrell was 24th. Really didn't talk much about the MetLife Toyota Tundra tonight. Sean Galligan was 30th. Alex Pedro in 31st. And 32nd was Luke Walker. Managed to finish on the lead lap, but still not the best of finishes. Charles Jackson finished a lap down in 33rd. And then the rest of the chasers finished out of the race. And they were 2 drivers, Dylan Poteet 37th and Carson Gum in 39th. Well, I'm not rightly sure. Let me actually just look real quickly here. LJ finished in 7th. Galligan finished in 30th. That's 23 points difference. I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain LJ Mills is going to be possibly the points leader. Well, hold on 1 second. LJ came in only 7 points ahead of Eric and Rage. No, I think Eric's going to take the points lead. Wow, so for the first time this season, Eric and Rage in the 14, I'm pretty certain is going to be your points leader heading into next week's race, which is going to come from Lime Rock. So, congrats to Eric. Even though he didn't get the win, he's taken over the points lead here in the Oreo Truck Series chase for the championship. So definitely a big point shake-up here tonight because Enrage came in 5th in the points. And now he'll be leaving 5 spots better in the points lead. What it will look like underneath him for the rest of the points, I'm not certain. I think it'll be LJ Mills, Sean Galligan, John Cittadino possibly. Or maybe it'll be Enrage, Mills, Cittadino, and then Galligan, then Jackson. But we'll find all that out at the same time you do. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race here from Homestead-Miami. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finishing results, overall points, standings, rookie points, and championship points heading into our next race from Lime Rock. We still got a Mobile Cup Series race coming here from Homestead, and then a Snickers Cup Series race coming from Darlington before everybody packs up and heads to the road course of Lime Rock in Connecticut. If you guys enjoyed this race, be sure to follow the NNSCRA on social media. Facebook and Twitter links are in the description. As you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. Shears just got turned by the lap machine of Charles Sanford, but now he's got left side damage. But he still opens up his distance. He still keeps